From the Dogfish Head Brewery, Sam Calagione.
It's been a long, strange, but wonderful trip.
From the Boston Beer Company, Jim Cook. Welcome back to the Friday Beer Buzz, Jim.
Well, it's nice to be back.
We are normally from Aberdeenshire in Scotland. From Brewdog, we have James Watt and Martin Dickey. Welcome to the show, guys.
Biggest mission today is just to make other people as passionate about your state's craft beers as we are.
And now, the three-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the recipient of 2 Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast PA. This is another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz! And the Friday Beer Buzz powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Sabatini's with the area's greatest selection of rare, crafted, imported beers, growlers and crowlers, and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar. Wyoming Avenue in Exeter, and we heard your little voice there, Bill, from mybeerbuzz.com. He's like, Beer Buzz.
Happy Friday, and I want you to know I jumped the gun. I went ahead of you guys and started yelling, and I was still
You were still a little bit behind. Lindo Sabatini from Sabatini's is here with us as well. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And we want to just mention, Bill, before we get to you with the news, Lindo, your beer is very cold today.
Yes.
So let's have a little lesson in not having too cold of beer. Because it's really cold. We're trying to warm it up with our hands. You left it in the car.
Yeah, normally with beer, you don't hear people apologize that it's too cold. But for the beer that we're doing, I said, this one's too cold. So we were talking about cupping your cup with your hands so you warm it up. So that's basically
It is so confusing to hear that. You had to explain it to me like 3 times. I was like, but it's cold. You're like, it's not supposed to be.
Warm it up.
And maybe Bill could also explain this. First of all, Super Bowl, I'm sure, busy at Sabatini's.
Super Bowl was fun, yes.
Super busy. Now, Valentine's Day coming up this Sunday. All right, so tell us anything special for this weekend?
For me? Or
Tell us all of your personal plans.
Personally, we'd like to know what you're doing.
Me personally?
Well, I was planning on
hold on, you're next.
At the restaurant, we've been a couple. It kind of pairs in with the beer we're doing today, but so I won't get there yet. But a lot of beers that people are looking for. We're talking a lot about different stuff people would like for gifts for beer, and of course beer and pizza. We're hoping
Always
a lot of people
a
think
good mix.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we're hoping.
What a great! I've had people texting us saying we're getting Sabatini's for Valentine's Day. So, Bill, you can also speak to this. Some beers temperature might make a difference. This is really cold, so we're warming it up.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Some beers you want them to be cold, and they are best served cold, and cold can sort of hide some flaws. Beers that have a lot of complexity, especially stouts, imperial stouts like this one, the complexity doesn't come out when it's cold. It gets hidden. And so if you want to taste all the subtle flavors, the chocolates, the fruits and that sort of thing, you don't want them to be cold. I like mine a little bit cold. Start it out cold, and then you can warm it with your hands, and you can taste it through a range of temperatures, which I like.
I have to ask this question. I have a question.
Yeah.
If you, in this situation, we're cupping it, right?
Yes.
How much of a beer sin would it be if you threw it in the microwave or in a pot to warm it up? I'm being serious. If you wanted to warm it, is there a way to do that, or does it have to wait?
Probably not in a solo
Hold it in your
cup.
hand.
Would you just have to wait? I mean, that's the best way. But if you were in a rush, could you put it in could you, or would that screw it all up?
I guess you could, but normally when I'm drinking, I'll just drink something else until this one warms up.
Right.
Okay, that's
just leave it out. And
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was really curious to see what you could do.
I guess you could if you really wanted to maybe heat up a towel in the microwave and wrap that
situation
towel.
would have to be.
Yeah, you could do that.
I guess you could.
All right, Bill. So we'll start with news.
Lindo and I already have an idea here. So for next week's show, how about we do microwave beer?
Patent pending? Sure.
Yeah, we'll bring in a Bud Light and we'll nuke it and see how that happens.
Sorry for opening this.
I think for Valentine's Day we should follow the advice of James Watt in our intro and try to make people passionate about craft beer. Mm-hmm. And today we're going to do that with a little bit of beer news. Our first tidbit comes from New Belgium Brewing. one of my favorite breweries of all time, and they have this line of beer called Voodoo Ranger. And every time we talk about Voodoo Ranger, I reiterate that I don't really understand the marketing angle of this thing, but it seems to work for them, so we're going to go with it. They have a new one out in the Voodoo Ranger, the Take No Prisoners, the Irreverent line of beers. It's called Devilishly Light, and it is a 4.2%, 99.9 calorie, and 3 grams of carbs, a light lager, which I just don't get for the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger line of beer. But there it is. To complement that one and to stay in the center of their lane, they have something called the Outriders Enoch IPA, also a Voodoo Ranger beer. This one hits 7% ABV, and I'm apparently old because there is a video game series called Outriders, and it takes place on the planet Enoch, and that game is being launched in April 2021, and I had no idea. I don't know about you guys.
Sounds like you got a lot of details, though. I can get into it. Okay.
Trogs, our favorite brewery. I have very little hesitation saying that Trogs is probably one of my favorite, or my absolute favorite breweries. They're coming out with something called Triple Nator, and that's sort of a play on their Troganator, which is a malty sort of Scotch ale. Triple Nator will be a triple bock lager that hits 13.2% ABV. It will be packaged in 12-ounce bottles. It is brewed with Pennsylvania-grown malts, Belgian candy sugar, and Demerara sugar. And if you follow along with Trogs, my say would be that the Double Nugget was their biggest release of the year, but a lot of Trogs fans are saying that this Triple Nator will be the most significant Trogs release of the year.
Wow. Yeah.
I think
like them.
I think that's a big deal. It's not necessarily my style of beer. It's sort of a malt-forward, sweet, malty, candy, coffee, caramely kind of beer. But they're saying that you can literally age this for years and years and years, and it will get better and better and better.
Oh, that's cool. I can see that. I can see that in the future. I can see us doing, some kind of tasting of one from a number of years,
Yeah, Lindo, you should set aside a fresh one, and then I'll take care of aging one for 4 years.
I hope this one is available to us, unlike the Double Nugget.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if it's any consolation to anyone, I get a lot of inside line on a lot of different beers. I was not able to get Double Nugget, so you're not alone out there and wanting it but not being able to get it.
Now, is that, when they do that, okay, I'll let you do it. I have a question, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, I'll finish the news and then you can ask.
Okay.
Our last little tidbit of news is Dogfish Head is coming out with something called Blue Hen, and it's a 16-ounce can, and it's 4.8% ABV, but what's really unusual about it, it is a Pilsner, and if you're a listener and follower of our show, you will know that a Pilsner is a lager. This beer uses Delaware-grown barley, and lager is an unusual style for Dogfish Head. They don't do a lot of lagers. I thought about it, and I could only come up with two, one called My Antonia and one called Piercing Pills that they did a number of years ago. But it is named after, a lot of people don't know that Dogfish Head also is a distillery, and their vodka is called Blue Hen. And so it's sort of a tribute to their vodka. So
Right.
watch for that one, Dogfish Head Blue Hen.
Oh, sounds good. All right, so question, Jason.
Oh, I just want to know, when you talked about that Double Nugget and you guys couldn't even get it, obviously that just is like makes it that much more special. But when they do that, it's to create demand. Does that mean they'll re-release this Double Nugget down the road?
Oh, absolutely.
So so they're just baiting you guys. They're like, you can get it eventually. I'm just making sure.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
100% correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 100%, like Linda said, I think we will absolutely see that as a general release, a much wider release. In fact, they apologized for what was, if you remember when we talked about it on the show, I said, and it sold out in 1 minute online, and how could it possibly sell out in 1 minute online? Well, they had all sorts of issues trying to get it out to people, all sorts of issues with online selling, and part of their apology was, essentially, we screwed up, we'll make this right, down the road, we will, we'll bring this out to everyone. So yes, I do think we will.
Accidental demand.
They apologized on air,
okay.
and then they high-fived as soon as they walked into the next
They
room.
knew what they had there, yes.
Some
yes.
mistakes are wildly beneficial.
All right, so today I know you were thinking Valentine's Day when you guys came up with this beer, right? Lindo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In typical guy shopping for Valentine's Day fashion, we went back and forth on several that we had apparently already bought for our significant other in previous shows, and we finally landed on a beer from Southern Tier Brewing Company in Lakewood, New York. It's part of their Blackwater series, and it is called Cherry Cordial. And has it warmed up yet?
It has, and I'm going to tell you that even just the bit that I was able to warm up, the taste is vastly different. For me, anyway. I think it's really good. This is kind of the thing I like.
It's good.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good beer. You know, I don't know why at Valentine's Day, chocolate and cherry seem to come up quite a bit. The other beers we debated also had a lot of chocolate and cherry going on. But this one really ticks a lot of boxes. I think if you're thinking about getting your significant other a Valentine's Day beer, it is a 10% Imperial Stout. So right off the bat, it's a sipper, it's a stay at home, it's a share with a loved one kind of thing. And it has notes of chocolate and cherry, so it's very candy-like. And you know, I get asked this question quite a bit on the site for just about every holiday, especially Valentine's Day, because I think for some reason people think, and I don't agree with, for some reason people think that craft beer is all male territory, and I, you know, obviously 100% disagree with that. And people ask, should they get their significant other, should they get their wife or girlfriend a beer for Valentine's Day? And I say, you know, always, yes, yes, yes. Lindo, do you see that when people are shopping?
100%. We have people coming in all the time saying, you know, I'm trying to get something good for this or that reason. But for Valentine's Day, I mean, especially this year with people being more people being home and not going out for dinner, something like this at 10% alcohol after dinner, you're on the couch, relaxing, enjoying this, you get all the flavors. Don't make it as cold as I did, but
don't leave it in the car overnight.
You know, let it get a little closer between refrigerated and room temperature. Taste this; all the flavors are going to come out. But like Bill said, other ones, we have a Belgian one called Duchess Chocolate Cherry, which is a little bit on the sour side, not as strong as this, and a lot of other beers that people are coming in asking us for stuff for cherries or love or all these things. I mean, every holiday we get it. But on Valentine's Day, you know, it makes it a little more fun, especially if you're stuck home.
Right.
You know, and having to come up with something fun.
It is interesting because until 2 weeks ago when you had that other beer that I said felt like I was doing a shot of something, it warmed my chest.
Oh, yeah.
This is similar. It's not spicy, but I feel it like I did a shot in a weird way.
Yeah, but this doesn't taste 10% alcohol.
No,
I mean,
it's like candy
flavors. The flavors do hide it. You know, I was nervous, and before we went on the air, the word Robitussin was used. Sometimes, and that's what we were afraid it was going to be like. It's not like that. I mean, some cherry beers, you know, with the cherry comes across fake like tussin. This does not. This has a nice deep cherry flavor, more so than the chocolate, and then the chocolate kicks in.
But if that's your thing, get one of those little plastic cups or a spoon and do it that way.
You can drink it on.
if you're intent on making it like a Robitussin, it's much better though.
And this beer is part of their Blackwater series, and so if you like this beer, I would tell you to get down to Sab's and look up other Blackwater series beers from Southern Tier. They are all Imperial Stouts. They all hit 10% ABV, and this one in particular has a little bit more going on that I think leans into Valentine's Day. But I was curious, so I went out and I looked up Cordial, because we use the word cordial in many different ways, and I wasn't really sure how to refer to cordial. So cordial, if you look back historically, refers to a sweetened distilled spirit, or it refers to a syrupy drink that pharmacies used to use to give kids medicine so that they didn't taste the medicine.
Right.
Or obviously it refers to candy. You know, we're all familiar with the chocolate cherry cordial that we all, it's wrapped in pretty foil, and we all fight to get that one out of the candy box.
Right. Now, so as Lindo said, this one, Southern Tier Blackwater Series Cherry Cordial, is at Sabatini's. But if you're coming by, you have other ideas, too, if people want. There's a lot of themes, beers that'll match the theme for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you just come in and ask any one of us on the floor tell us what you're looking for. We'll hook you up with something good for Valentine's Day for sure.
Right. And then pick up a pizza while you're there, too.
We can do
So.
that.
Somebody, I might have heard this. Someone texted, are you guys doing heart-shaped pizzas?
We're not 100% sure, but probably.
Okay, all right. Someone texted.
Right. So if somebody calls and begs you for it, perhaps.
We're not doing it on Friday, but you have a good chance on Sunday.
For Sunday, yes. All right, well, we've been enjoying Southern Tier Blackwater Series Cherry Cordial. Thank you, Bill, from My Beer Buzz. Always a pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.
And remember,
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah, remember, don't microwave your beer, people. Don't be
Wait
stupid.
a minute. Somebody wanted to know if that's why we call it micro beer.
No.
And Lindo at Sabatini's, if you don't remember the name of the beer that we featured, just stop in there. They have the beer. They'll let you just say, oh, it was on the show today. The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Sabatini's, the area's greatest selection of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and crowlers and 37 rotating drafts. Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter. The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.